What a whirlwind of emotions for you this weekend, Bebe. First of all, a very unfortunate situation that just happened to you. Can you talk us through that crash?
Yeah, I mean, it was not the best day for us. We start free practice 2 with some engine problem, so we had to replace the engine for qualifying. This, I couldn't do one lap in free practice 2, so for me it was really bad that, because I didn't get the good feeling for qualifying. So qualifying 1 was quite good. I was inside Q2 really with good feeling, and Q2 you have to start to pushing for Q3. But unfortunately in Q2 I have coming into MP16, turning over steer, and I went straight to the tire packet. So I'm sorry for the team. This was really bad luck for me, but I understand this circuit doesn't admit any mistakes. So for me, it was a really shame to miss the free practice 2. If I do free practice 2, maybe I will be more ready for qualifying. So at that point, you have to choose to push, and it was in Q2. So sorry for the guys. They did a fantastic job. Now they repaired the car for MAC3, so we are ready for MAC3.
And yes, that's right to say. And in fact, I'm going to bring you over here while we can, if we can grab Nikki as well, because this will be a completely different setup, won't it, for MAC3 around a circuit like this. We've not really had opportunity for any of you to put in proper times, and obviously MAC3 throws up its own problems in the first place.
Well, I mean, MAC3 for us now, we just need to do it. We need to finish P2. I mean, our cars are not in good shape, so we just need to finish it and get the points.
Thank goodness that you're able to be in it. Well done, boys, and best of luck.
Well, walking wounded, if you like, the Volvo clan, apart from Tebio, and war of attrition qualifying for them. But here we are with the manufacturers against the clock, MAC3 competition, and as I said in my explanation earlier, it is essentially, well, 3 cars will set off all together like a race start, and it's the last car across the line that really cuts the beam, and that's the challenge. So you have to get all 3 cars across the line quicker than the last car from the other manufacturers. So that's where we're at. Expect Norby Michelis to lead the Honda contingent out. So now run round and form up on the grid. Bit like, you know, the red arrows, this. But Honda's on their outlap. Now, Honda have only won the MAC3 race twice this year. That was in Hungary and also last time out in Japan. Whereas Volvo have 6 wins to their name. They won in Morocco, they won in Italy, they won in Germany, they won in Portugal, Argentina and also China. Once the 3 Hondas finally get round to the start and finish line, they'll form up on the grid. And it'll be a bit like a race start. Well, it is a race start. The red light will go on, the green light will shine, and we'll be underway. The issue with MAC3 is if you have one car that has an issue or something happens, that scuppers the efforts of the other two. So it's very much a team affair. You certainly don't want to risk your car too much. For Norby Michelis on the front row for the opening race tomorrow. You don't want to risk your car too much in this MAC3 and damage it. It will get repaired, but it does affect the balance and your rhythm. So interesting dynamic as the Hondas come around the final corner. MAC3 about to get underway. Honda the first to set a time. I'm looking forward to MAC3 actually around the streets of Macau. Cars are lined up. We get the 15-second board. Red lights are on. On the way, it looks as though it's Norby Michelis who will lead the cars away. Esteban Guerreri has anticipated slots into second place. Then it's Ryo Mishigami at the tail of the field. Through Mandarin curve. I don't expect Guerreri to challenge Michelis down to Lisboa, but we'll wait and see. Not too much of a tow there for Guerreri. And the three Hondas around Lisboa. Michelis leading the train of Hondas through this middle sector. Ryo Mishigami trying to hold on to the coattails of the Argentine. Ahead of him, Esteban Guerreri. And this is where Michelis has been really quick all weekend. Learning curve for Guerreri, getting to follow his teammates so closely. As I said before they started the lap, I don't think you'll see the maximum attack from Michelis that we saw in single qualifying. And it wouldn't serve too much of a benefit either, because it's Ryo Mishigami at this juncture who's going to cut the timing beam. So it doesn't matter what Michelis does, it's what Mishigami does. So if Michelis clears off into the distance, it's not going to help Mishigami. Norby Michelis across the line. Esteban Guerreri still there, but poor Mishigami starting to drop off. And this is where Michelis now will just probably try and slow it up a little bit, just to help Mishigami. Because if they totally disappear, then Mishigami's got no carrot. So it's a cumulative lap time here, over 2 laps. So the clock just keeps running. Still, Norby Michelis leads this Honda trio. Esteban Guerreri right up behind the Hungarian. Ria Mishigami's just dropped off the back of Guerreri. In fact, I can't see Mishigami, which is a little bit worrying. There is Ria Mishigami. It's going to be the Japanese that cuts the timing loop here. Through the final tight corner down to Fisherman's Bend now. Mishigami frantically trying to hold on to the two cars ahead of him. One more corner to go. Here comes Ria Mishigami now through our bend. And it'll be the Japanese who cuts the timing beam, and he cuts it at 5:04.465. And that is, well, we'll see how representative that is and what shape the Volvos are in once they make their way round to the start and finish line. But the three Hondas have done their work. They finished with a 5-minute and 4-second lap time. And Norby Michelis led them out nicely there. Now it's the turn of the Polestar Scion Volvo S60s, trio of factory Hondas. That's Nicky Katzberg. There is Ted Bjork. And where's Nesta Girolami? You can see a bit of damage to Nicky Katzberg's car. Didn't manage to get the left wing mirror on that car. So I can only see one Volvo, which is slightly problematic. There's Nicky Katzberg. That, I think, is Ted Bjork. So that is Ted Bjork looking for Nesta Girolami. And here comes Nesta Girolami, so panic over. So Katzberg lines up on the grid. And the other two Volvos, as the crew look on, managed. Here comes Girolami. Looks to be limping round to the grid, doesn't he, rather than racing round to the grid, but not quite sure what Nesta Girolami coming up to take his place on the grid. Not sure how fit that Volvo is, but we're about to find out. So we get the 15-second board now. And Ted Bjork in the middle. That's got no damage. The other two, either side, quite heavily damaged. Oh. And Nicky Katzberg stalled, which is not the best start, but there we go. doesn't look as though the Volvos are going to put up much of a fight here, because as you can see, they're meandering around. So this is going to be quite a timely affair. Well, that sucked the enthusiasm out of the challenge, hasn't it? As we ride on board with Nicky Katzberg. Might get a parking ticket here. Well, there's not much tension in the pit lane because there's not much going on out on track. So what has happened here, you might be asking at home? Well, the long and the short of it is, yes, the Volvos have got out and they will get their championship points for coming second. But the reason they're going slowly is because they're very, very second-hand machines. Nicky Katzberg, you can see, without a left wing mirror, they managed to sort of bolt a left-hand corner onto that. Lots of damage to the left-hand side of Nesta Girolami's machine. So they're just trying to nurse their cars around. Well, they're 25 seconds off on the first split. And if you're watching in the UK, it's 7:45. You might want to go and get a cup of tea and put some toast in. It'll probably still be going round when you come back.
Now it's going at 90. Yeah, that is you want to speed it up to 1. The average thing is pick up paces then.
So there's a bit of discussion between the engineers. I wonder if they're even going to get round, but I'm not sure. Nicky Katzberg making sure Mr. Girolami's behind him. Ted Bjork it is who's leading the cars around. He's got a perfectly healthy car, but the others haven't, and that's the challenge. It's the last car that cuts the timing beams. There's no point Ted Bjork racing off at, you know, bated speed, because it'll be Nesta Girolami at this rate who cuts the beam. I think this is frustrating for everyone involved, really. If your cars aren't up to it, you know, it does make a bit of a mockery of the show, but they will get points for second place if they do complete the lap. It won't be enjoyable for the drivers. It certainly won't be enjoyable for the engineers. And poor old Nesta Girolami at the back there. Well, he's doing his best to keep up. As Ted Bjork and Katzberg flash through the last corner. Well, they're 1 minute and 41 seconds off on that first lap. And if you've just turned on, don't adjust your timings, your TV screens. You are watching live time. It's just the fact that the Volvos are walking wounded. So Nicky Katzberg and Nesta Girolami, they just can't go any quicker than they're going at the moment. And Ted Bjork is leading them around. The crowd sort of cheering there, or jeering. I couldn't quite make it out. Well, I think they'll definitely come second.
Pedro, what do you make of this? Thank you.
Well, Norby Michelis now. We cut to the Honda garage to get some excitement. It's the trio of Volvos still meandering their way around the middle sector here at Macau. Won 6 of the 8 MAC3 competitions we've had this year, but they're not going to win this one, that's for sure. A little bit of frustration creeping in on Twitter. I mean, I share your thoughts on that. It is an interesting situation, this one that probably is frustrating for everyone, really. I don't think the organisers want it to be like this, but it's, you know, I'm not sure what the solution is apart from you know, Volvo conceding before they go out. We're going to have a commercial break after this, but remember that both the races are live on Eurosport. You can watch those races tomorrow morning and Sunday morning, and those races will be live for you at 6 AM or 7 AM Central European time, 6 AM Greenwich Mean Time, and on Sunday morning 3:30 AM Central European time and 2:30 AM Greenwich Mean Time. So qualifying, the main qualifying, the race is plenty of action still to come as the Hondas, I mean not the Hondas, the Volvos do cross the line, and they finish 3 minutes and 43 seconds shy of the Honda cars.